Y'all ready for some sesame chicken? Well, honey, let me show you how I do it. Okay, y'all, let's get to chopping. I'm chopping up some garlic and I'm chopping up some green onions. Now, after that, I'm going to get into the chicken. I'm going to chop it up into chunks just like this. And then, y'all, I'm going to add it to my bowl. Now, in my bowl, I'm going to add in some garlic powder. I'm going to add in some onion powder, some salt, and some pepper. And then, y'all, I'm going in with some cornstarch. And then I'm going in with you know what. That's right, White Lily self-rising flour. Why? Because it's the best. So I'm going to go ahead and add my flour in. Then I'm going in with some water. Now after that, I'm going in with some baking powder. And then, y'all, I'm going to get in there and get that all mixed up together. Now I'm going to let this sit for about 15 minutes. Now while that's cooking, I'm going to go ahead and make my sauce. I got some soy sauce right here. I'm adding in some red cooking wine. Then I'm going in with some sesame oil. After that, I'm going in with some oyster sauce. And then, y'all, I'm going in with some honey. And yes, of course, I'm going in with some sugar. Sugar police, this is not for you. Now after that, I'm going in with some water just to balance it out. And then I'm going in with some cornstarch. Then I'm going to go ahead and mix that all together. And my sauce is ready. Now I got my oil right here. It's preheated to 350 degrees. I'm going to go ahead on and start dropping my chicken right in. Now I'm going to drop them kind of spread out, y'all, because I don't want them to touch and start sticking together. Now, y'all, I'm just going to let them cook until they turn good and brown. Then I'm going to remove them from the oil. Now, after I remove them, I'm going to crank that oil up to 375 degrees, get it good and hot, and then return that chicken right on back in because I want it to cook up real crispy, honey, just like this. See, they are good and crispy. So now I'm just going to go ahead on and get in there and start removing them and just let them sit and drain. So now let's get this sauce made. I'm going to go ahead on, throw my wok on the stove, add in some sesame oil. Y'all remember this is high heat. This don't take long. So I'm going to go ahead on and add in my garlic, and then I'm going to go ahead on and pour in my sauce. Now once I get that sauce in there, y'all, I'm going to go ahead on and grate in some fresh ginger. And then, y'all, I'm going to go ahead on, get in there and start stirring it until it starts to thicken up. Now once it gets good and thick, y'all, I'm going to go ahead on and add my chicken in. Now this chicken is good and crunchy, so it's going to stand up to that sauce. Honey, it ain't gonna break apart, not even a little bit. Now once I get it all stirred in, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead on and add in some sesame seeds. Now you can toast these if you want to. Miss Kale just didn't. Then I'm gonna add in some green onions, and y'all, I am all done. So look at this masterpiece right here. Oh wait, honey, honey, honey. My greedy spirit already over here dancing. I can't wait to dig off into this thing. So y'all already know what's next. I just got to give it a taste. Honey, you better shut your mouth, but keep on talking. Now, I ain't gonna hold y'all too long today. So y'all go ahead on and put this in rotation, because, honey, I promise you, that's good right there.